So hi everybody, it's Sarah Hayes, the Astromomma, and I'm back on video after 5 long years. 2025 is a year unlike any other year we've ever seen, and I thought, I'm gonna kind of back up my words with action and re-establish my YouTube channel. So here I am after 5 long years. It's a new year, and it's also a personal new year for me because today is my 42nd birthday. So even more special and another reason, to reestablish my presence on YouTube. Another reason that I wanted to come on video, which is definitely related to astrology and AI, is this is the time for people to see and hear you and really establish a whole new level of trust. With the emerging technology of AI and other resources, it is more critical than ever to support people like myself and other content creators that you believe in, that you admire, that you trust, and be able to support their work, okay? There's going to be a time, and it's not going to be too long in the future, where you're not going to know who's real and who's a robot. So more than ever, we need to embrace each other, embrace our humanity. Again, we can't stop the train of AI and new technologies, but we can balance it out with the human touch, with being able to really, support one another in our humanity as we grow and evolve, okay? So this is a big part of why I made this video, and again, it relates to AI as well. Now, when it comes to AI and astrology, one of the biggest transits that we talk about as astrologers, as far as AI is concerned, is the transit of Pluto, the sign of death, rebirth, and transformation, in the sign of Aquarius, which is the sign of technology, the sign of innovation, also the sign of people. So Pluto first entered the sign of Aquarius after 248 years in March of 2023. And then he went retrograde back into Capricorn, and then he went direct again, and he re-entered the sign of Aquarius in November of 2024. Now, when Pluto first entered into Aquarius in 2023, we saw the emerging technology of AI be announced to the public through ChatGPT. When he came back into Aquarius in November, we continued to see further developments in AI and new technologies. And just last week, when Pluto met up with the sun in Aquarius, the Chinese released DeepSeek, their AI platform, which is very interesting. So again, there's common themes around Pluto and Aquarius and emerging new technologies around AI. And 2025 is significant because we're going to see the outer planets, which include Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune, all move into air and fire signs, which are signs of progress, innovation, movement. And Pluto and Aquarius is going to aspect each of these planets, okay? So, you're going to see further developments happening, again, with new technologies, even beyond AI, when Pluto begins to aspect these outer planets. And what's significant about this is because outer planets, they move slower, they take longer to transit a sign. So it's very rare to see each of them aspect one another, especially within such a short window of time. And when I'm looking at the transits of, AI and technology, definitely Pluto and Aquarius kind of, reigns supreme as far as just looking at, what Pluto represents, which is death and rebirth, and Aquarius represents, which is technology. But one of the more interesting transits that I'm seeing for 2025 is the transit of Uranus going into Gemini. And why do I say that? Or, some people call it Uranus. It happens to be my ruling planet, so I call it Uranus for, obvious reasons. But Uranus is the planet that rules the sign of Aquarius. It's the sign of innovation. It's the planet of sudden things, shocks, things that we don't plan for. And Gemini is the sign of communication, learning, curiosity. So in September of 2025, transit Pluto in Aquarius, it will be retrograde then, will make an exact 120-degree aspect, which is a trine aspect in astrology, to transit Uranus in Gemini. Again, a very dynamic, interplay of the planet of death and rebirth and the planet of technology and innovation coming together in a harmonious aspect. And I expect to see lots of really, really interesting and just mind-blowing technologies. I'm going to actually talk about this transit in my next YouTube video. So if you happen to be on YouTube, definitely, subscribe to my channel. I'd appreciate it. And if you're liking this, definitely like and share. I'm going to go into depth about what I see is going to happen, not only with transit Pluto and transit Uranus in aspect in 2025, but also with the different outer planets aspecting each other and what that means for AI, technology, and innovation. Now, with Uranus and Gemini, it's kind of interesting to look back in history. When we're looking at things, the best predictor of the future is the past. So when was the last time Uranus was in the sign of Gemini? Well, the last time Uranus was in the sign of Gemini was in 1941, which is interesting. 84 years ago. It takes Uranus 84 years to transit through the whole zodiac. And in 1942, in October, the United States announced that it had just successfully first launched the rocket system to bring rockets out into outer space. And I was looking at the Ephemeris, the astrological Ephemeris of 1942 in October, and I thought, I wonder if Uranus and Gemini was making any aspects to Pluto at that time. And ironically or not ironically, Uranus and Gemini in October of 1942 was making an exact sextile to Pluto and Leo. So again, we're looking at the dynamics of Uranus, the planet of change and innovation, and then Pluto, the planet of transformation at death and rebirth coming together. Again, anytime you see outer planets come together like this, especially because they don't meet up with one another very often, there are collective shifts. There are dynamics at play that really impact the whole world as a whole. So again, I'll talk about that in my next video. And then I'm also going to do a special extended sign predictions for each zodiac sign on my Patreon page, in relation to that video. So definitely stay tuned. If you're on YouTube, I would really appreciate if you would subscribe to my channel, help me grow and evolve. I'm going to be coming out with other videos related to the astrology. And then I'll be doing other content on Patreon that is very exclusive that I won't be offering on YouTube or Facebook or Instagram or even my website. And Patreon is probably the most cost affordable way to support my business from a monetary standpoint. I do that so I can provide the astrology to people in a way that is, again, affordable. It's $4 or $6 a month to join me on Patreon, where again, I release exclusive astrological content. I also give discounts on my personal readings on Patreon. So again, a great way to support me if you're able to do that. But really any form of support, whether it be monetary or non-monetary, is greatly appreciated. Again, I couldn't do this work and what I love and why I came here, to express without each one of you. We've built an amazing community. I started on Facebook about 8 years ago. We're almost at 56,000 followers, which is just blows my mind. I mean, I never thought that that was possible. And, I'm committed to growing my YouTube channel. Again, having more content from me where you can actually see me, you can hear me, we can build a new relationship in that way. And again, I couldn't do it without each one of you. So thank you, thank you, thank you. The link to my YouTube channel is here. You can, again, if you're on YouTube, definitely subscribe. I would appreciate it. The link to my personal readings is below, as well as the link to my Patreon page. And again, anything that you can do to support, it's just, I'm just very grateful for. So thank you for being here. Thank you for all your love. You light up my world every day, and you give me the inspiration and motivation to keep showing up and provide content to you guys. So thank you so much. Hope everybody's doing well, and I will see you soon for the transit Pluto and Aquarius aspect with Uranus and Gemini video, which will be my next video. Okay, thank you. Bye.